Hello, my name is Ben, aka Nightingale TCG, and today we are playing Sugar. I know Sugar is not at the highest power level it can be because we don't have the EBO3 cards. Like both this Red Sugar and this Red Monet help the deck out a lot, but nonetheless the deck has gotten cards in OP14 thanks to Purple Doffy. And I want to try out how well the deck can do with those upgrades. This is the deck list I landed on. I'm not really a Sugar player, so I'm sure that this deck list can be optimized, but it didn't feel too horrible. I think the main problem this deck has is that it wants to run so many bricks while also wanting to run so many events that sometimes you don't have anything to counter with in the early game. And apart from this Monet, you don't have an ability to cycle in the deck unless you would play some weird cards like, I don't know, starter deck Queen or something. But obviously with this Monet, it's up to your opponent whether they would want to swing at it and give you the cycle or not. However, the on-play effect where you get to put one active is pretty nice already because it allows you to play her on curve while still being able to swing at those pesky 6k leaders that are in the meta right now. The reason I only play the Vargrad 2 is, like I said earlier, it's because he's a brick, even though he's very good, but we have a decent amount of searches in the deck to be able to find them. Although this deck can still be, despite having 8 searches, it can still be a bit inconsistent, which is, I think, its main issue. A positive this deck has is that it can very, very nicely chain 10 drop Doffies. And against some decks like Boa or all the low white decks against Mihawk sometimes, that's very, very nice. But against all the decks that go tall, like Ace, this Doffy does basically nothing, and from that, the deck ends up struggling against a decent amount of the meta right now. Usually in order to combat tall decks, you would want to play Shanks out, but the problem is like Ace, despite you ramping as well, in a weird way ramps faster because of the I Am Whitebeard spell, so he still gets to play out his 10 drop before you get to usually play out your 10 drop, which makes the Shanks game plan pretty inconsistent. And I initially had him at 4, I kept experimenting and he kept going down, and now he's at 2, and I so rarely play him out, but I think he is a necessity to have in a deck. Maybe he's not. Maybe you can switch him out with Roger or something to have a separate game plan, but obviously he's not searchable, so the less copies you put in the deck of him, the less consistently you see him in the moments where you want to see him. So it's a weird back and forth. But if you play all of your big drops at 4 copies each, then you'll end up running at least 12 bricks, which is detrimental in this deck. We got some nice new events though. The best one is this bullet string. Just being able to put yourself as a 7k leader is really nice, especially against decks like Boa. This one cost event is cool too, because sometimes your opponents don't want to swing at you, and then you get to ramp on your turn anyways. But also if your opponent swings at you early game, you don't only have this one cost event to ramp with 1 Don, but you also have this event to easily give early game. Like we used to run a Kamusari, what's it called in English? Divine Departure, in order to kind of do the same thing, but now it's a Doffy event, so it's nicer. This blocker Doffy is pretty cool too, but I think the moment EBO3 hits, it just automatically gets replaced with this Monet. But for now, I think the deck is very playable. It has some bad matchups, it has some good matchups. So I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and if you do, please consider liking and subscribing because it helps me out for free. Sugar against Mihawk. I think I'll take first. I assume they won first as well. I'm not 100% certain on that. That's a mulligan though. This hand is a bit meh. It's okay. We can play 5-drop Doffy, ramp into 8 costs into Virgo. But usually I want something else. Let's go 5 at lead. Play Sugar and search with it. Grab Everwhite, I think, so that if he swings, I get to use this to ramp. Do I need to use it to ramp though? Like, should I keep it for this leader swing? I think I should. Because with this Doffy I don't need it. but obviously if he swings like that, I will use it. Okay, he plays a 4-cost Zoro. That's nothing to be concerned about, really. Let's go 5 at lead. And because he doesn't actually have anything lying there in terms of that could swing at me and then afterwards I can combat back, I think I can still wait on this Virgo turn and just use this turn to ramp even more. He plays Boat into Perona. Restance is done, goes 8, which I could defend, but I think I'm gonna let that go through. I have a 10 drop now, that's nice. Let's go... I think a simply 5 lead is best so that we can use all out on defense. And then I'll go Doffy into Virgo and pass freestanding 1. Another Perona to freeze both of these, it's pretty good. But I can freeze his characters too. Let's ramp 1, use Bullet String to put ourselves to 7 and see if he wants to load up more. Why are you doing, why? I hate it when my opponents do this. Like, you can see there's a fat +2 on my face. You can see that I'm more than a 5k leader. Well, I guess let's see if I still use this game or not. Let's go 5 lead. I still think playing 10 drop Doffy is best here. I guess maybe I should have played it before attacking, but if he wanted to defend with his blocker on a 5k swing, I think that's fine. And use +3 event. Okay, that's actually good to know that he has that, because he can freeze my board with it. Let's see if he has a low on Beppo. He does. Ooh, he swings at the Doffy. Okay, let's use this to ramp. Use event. Ah, so sad we can't grab a Shanks. And then ramp 1 more and give it 2k. Alright, we actually get to be quite aggressive here. Let's just swing a bunch of 9s maybe? Swing another 9. Do I want to play this down? Probably not really. Maybe it's just another 9 with leader and then pass. Okay, he does use a +3 event. I didn't think he'd have one after he didn't use it on the first 2 swings. I guess I could have swung 10 because this freestands me a Don into Bullet String. But then also if he has DMG where he would want to rest some of these. Do I care for the Virgo? Like I could block here. I could even like use this event. You could play like 10 drop Doffy as the thing to like freeze all of these, which would be really annoying. I think I'll let it go. I don't think I necessarily care for him. Another Lopo? Yeah, makes sense. Does he keeps the 10 drop frozen. He stands a bunch of Don. It's gonna be a lot of hits coming my way. Not like that though. Let's use this event. And then on this 6 I can use the event again. Kinda wanna take one though. I probably shouldn't. Seems smarter. Kind of similar position as earlier. Do I go 9? Do I go 11? It's always weird with Mihawk because he can play these +3 events, he can play these +4 events. He cannot play any events. Like, I mean, he plays the events, but he could not have any. Do I want to play Monet just to have another attacker? Let's go 10. Okay, he blocks. Ooh, if I go 10, do I go 10 again? I don't think so. I think I'm going 9 and feel it out. And if he takes the 9, I'm gonna slam into it. Haha, he's daring me. If I swing 11 and it doesn't go through, I lose, right? Because I won't have done up. Oh man. The fact that he blocked and then took makes me think he doesn't have it. But at the same time, it's just one event plus a 1k. I'll pass. Maybe that's wrong. Could bite me in the ass. Yeah, I'll take that one. I'll take that one too. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. These swings are weird. Mihawk prevents this from resting, so he does go for it. If he goes for it, I'm fine. I don't know why he would start with 11s if he wants to go for it. I guess maybe he's starting with 11s because he thinks I have slow beam. That actually makes sense. That's why he would play around it. Let's give him 2 1Ks. Then he goes 5 and give him another 1K. GG's. We also probably, yeah, we definitely had it as well if we would have gone for it. So, win-win either way, I guess. I don't know if there was a cheaper option for him, like, I mean, I guess if he has like something like Perona again, he could freeze this and then still go for game. So maybe playing defensively was bad. But this also wasn't that close. I don't know how it would have... I'm too lazy to do the math on how it would have been if he had like Perona and then rested that. And then he had like 8 Don left to swing with. I'll take the win. GG's. Sugar against blue purple. Let's take second. This hand is alright. We have events to search if he chooses to attack us and to ramp with. Let's search into a 8-drop doffy, ramp into 2k, and then I'll play doffy to ramp again, restand 1, and now we're already on 8 Don next turn. We can ramp faster than UP Luffy, hopefully. See if he ramps twice again, most likely. Yep, there's his double ramp. Triple ramp, my bad. My bad. Let's do the triple ramp too. I think I'm grabbing Rosie. And then counter. And then I'll swing 6 into the Zorojuro and play Doffy into Rosie into the Chingdas event. Pass, restand 3. And that's that. I don't think I should swing with this Doffy just yet. I mean, I guess I could have because he could bottom deck it with Mihawk, but I assume he wants to target, yeah, the Rosie. Ramp, take that one. And then we'll take that one too. It's pretty sad that this one can't blow up the Mihawk, but at least it can blow up Roger if he chooses to play it. Let's play another blocker Doffy and pass. Now if he swings with leader first, I'm gonna rest Mihawk. And if he swings with Mihawk first, then depending on where he swings, I'll counter out with this. I think I'll let this go. There's the Roger that I can pop. I'm not sure what that swing is about. But okay. Let's play this, pop the Roger, go... Maybe I'll go 9 and 9 at Mihawk instead of at leader. Just in case like these events are gear seconds. I mean, I know he has a giant in hand, but yeah. We sadly don't have a 1-don event in our hand in order to ramp back up to 10. But hopefully that's fine. There's another Mihawk alongside Sanji. Ramp with this, ramp here. Counter with a 1k. We'll take this one. Oh boy, 10 drops Shanks. Probably too late for that. This Virgo could have come handy earlier too. Maybe it's just threatening lethal time here. Okay, uses giant. He did just gear 2. Definitely could be lethal. Let's go 10. Let's go 11. Let's go 12. Oh, GG's. Did he like get all of these 2Ks out of life? So we split perfect, like accelerated our swings perfectly. Ooh, scary. I don't think I can live another turn. I mean, I could maybe. I have 3 events. If I leave 6 don up, I count out of 1 swing, rest one of his blocker, one of his other swings, and then probably with the other 2 with 0 cost and the other event I can get out. But I like going for game against blue purple Luffys when they don't have don up, because the likelihood is always big. Sugar against Pluffy. I wonder how well Pluffy does in this meta. Like, maybe Pluffy's now also play a doffy package because of all the cards they got. I think I'm keeping this, just having this event to ramp alongside him is going to be good. But yeah, I'm kind of expecting a doffy package here. But let's see how it goes. Okay, Bond Clay on turn 1, that's pretty nice. He chooses not to attack. Fair enough. I think it's always correct to not attack Sugar on turn 1. Even if you're an aggro deck. Because now I could have already played a 5-drop and get so much more tempo. But like this I can't. Oh, he gets a ram trigger. That's pretty nuts. Into immediate 8-drop kata, and he doesn't even attack me either. Sure, let's go 5 lead, but he's just gonna block that. Let's play Doffy, Rosinante, Trash Rat Beam, put it on active. There's a Rayleigh. Let's search into 8 cost Doffy. Giving him a 1k here. I'll let it go. Then 9 at lead. I'm pretty sure we just already lost, honestly. Let's play this into another Rosie. Trash, pass, restand, 3 don. Maybe with this Doffy being able to KO Katakuri, we get something. Let's ramp 1 and take this one. Snore is not bad. Maybe I'll use it here. Minus. Gain 1 active. Use Noro. Minus. tap the Bon Clay. Give 2/2Ks. Then he plays a chopper. Okay. Let's play 10 drop. KO the cat. Go 5. Add Bon Clay. Go 6 at lead. Okay, he knows. I didn't think he'd have another one after he already triggered one to ramp. Let's ramp one and take this one. We are missing a play. I think I'll just take this one too, honestly. We could play 10 cost Shanks. I think I will. Go 12 into 8. He doesn't have done up. So there's a chance we get to remove this. Let's go 10. Let's go 9. Damn it, that sucks. I think then we are dead. If we could remove one, we could have defended the big attack. But not being able to remove Rayleigh just doesn't means we can't get there. That's a bit sad. I think it was still the right play. I don't know, maybe it was not playing Shanks and resting Bon Clay with like Nusahachi to remove it. Strange. He had a lot of counter. Sugar against BY Moria. Let's take second from them. This doesn't look great, so... if they swing at me, it's fine. You know what? I'll keep. If they swing at me, I can ramp off this and then play a 5-drop turn after. If they don't swing at me, then that's okay too, I guess. I've saved a life. Goes 5. I'll ramp. And then I'll go 5 at him and I'll play the doffy and ramp again. Then we'll be at 8 on next turn, which is pretty damn good. To play 8 doffy into either senior pink or another 5 cost doffy blocker. He plays live to reveal a hogback. I'll block the 5. Like, I don't think he's gonna swing 10 at this, but if he does, I'm okay with that too. Okay, he's swinging 6 at it. I'll count with this one then, and I'll play Virgo. I don't know, do I care for the Virgo? Yeah, let's play senior pink, and then I can grab this back, put it as active, and then Sugar puts one as active, and then if he swings at me, I can use this again and then go up to 10 overall alongside the doffy ability. And then our 10 drop is gonna be strong. Let's ramp once and defend here. We actually get around 3 times because he made his hog back a 6k, which is quite funny. Pops the hog back to play an Absalom, swing 6, which I'll take. Swing 6 again, I'm gonna block 1k. Okay, take that too. He plays a Perona and passes. Let's go 5 at lead, 6 at lead, 9 at lead. He triggers into what? Into a Sindri. Then let's play 10 drop doffy. I'll make these not allowed to rest, and then I'll pass, restarting it on, and then alongside 8 cost doffy you can go back up to 10. I wish this deck had a way to cycle, to draw 2 trash 1. Like you can play the what is it called, the Monet, but in order for that to trigger they have to swing into the Monet, which I don't think they would ever really do. So I think that's purely a purple doffy card, sadly. To pop the Perona and swing 6 at us. And heal. I'll ramp 1 and take that life. And then they play a Boa. Okay. Then let's go 5 lead. 9 lead. Is it 10 at Perona? Yeah, 10 at Perona. Played blocker doffy. Pass. Restand it on. We have 6 ton up and all the events. Hopefully if we can live this we can go for game 10 after. It's not like guaranteed because triggers can always trigger out like the Perona. So maybe there was an argument because he only has 1 Perona in trash to leave the Perona lying there so that trigger into Perona can't happen, but at the same time he can also trigger into Sindri. But I guess that would require it to be a Moria trigger because otherwise triggering into Sindri is not going to be active. Like the Sindri is not going to come out as active because only Moria plays it as active and everything else plays it rested, I think. So it's just really Perona that can stop a lethal, but not even necessarily stop it. If he's like heals here up to 3, and then I start with my senior pink swing, then he can rest one of the, like make one of these doffys not able to attack, but that should not be enough. Let's go Nora Beam. I don't know why for this, only for this card it's like start returning, rested Don, whereas in every other card it doesn't say that. Let's gain the Don back as active and then give a 2k. Pops the hog back, that's what I was talking about with the Perona. At least now he doesn't have another one in trash. He goes 8. Let's block into Hell's Judgment. And even if he splits with Lida and Lilith, because we have another event and the block up, we should not be able to die here. Without the block it could be a bit scary because we don't have any other counters, so if he would split, he could actually go for it. Okay, ground death into 6. I mean, respectable, but not enough. GG's. Sugar against Black Crocodile. I think this matchup is really hard for us because our 10 drop like is useless against him basically, because our 10 drop could kill his 10 drop, but it just respawns. But maybe if we can find 10 shanks, it becomes better. Do I swing at him? Do I keep a Don up? Or do I search? I think I'll keep a Don up. And if he doesn't want to swing at me, that's fine. The next turn I'll search with Sugar. Oh, now I could even swing like Sugar into the Shirahoshi next turn. If he wants to use this. Okay, we're just gonna stare each other down. That's fine. I will still use the Sugar. You know what? I'll grab another Sugar. I'll go 5 at lead. Play and search with it as well. And then I'll grab second 10 drop. Second 8 drop. I don't think we need 2 8 drops. I think it's just another searcher so that we can find another 5 drop that we can play. Let's ditch this event. Then search here. I wish I could grab the shanks, but I can't. And I think I'll just search again into Rosie. Then we take that hit. Does bones. Oh, he can't swing into it? True. Okay. We have a lot of options here. I think this happens either way. He could defend it. I don't mind. I'll just swing with leader again into it. The question is, do we play Virgo? I think we'll play Virgo. Then afterwards we'll play Rosie with Doffy. But I think having Virgo down to like swing into his rested characters is gonna be important. Pass. It's less for the removal protection because I mean Croc can't remove anyways, but yeah. Maybe I should have kept that second search to search on this turn so that we go to 10, but I also think the difference between 10 and 9 is basically irrelevant. This I'll take. I was gonna say this comes in handy, but it really doesn't. Because the crocodile just respawns. So annoying. Okay, another Shirahoshi. Let's ditch the 0 cost. And then I'll play Doffy into Rosie. Not having a event anymore is quite upsetting. Do I even swing into these? He like hasn't milled at all yet. No, or do I want to swing into the Shirahoshi? I don't think I care that much about the Shirahoshi. I think I'd rather want the Das Bones gone. He can event. Actually, no, he can't event, right? Because it needs like a certain amount of cards in trash. Was his hand this bad that you've just not been able to mill at all? He can't grab himself back. This game is tragic for him. Okay, we stand 3. Not that it matters. Let's see if he has an 8 drop. Grabs ground death. Finally starts milling a bit. I guess he has milled. He's just constantly put them back with Shirahoshi. I was like so surprised for a second when I saw that he had 0 in trash. I was like, that can't be true. Okay, he frees both of those, which is pretty good. Yep, I'll ditch the Virgo, I don't care. Let's ramp, and I think I'll 1k. I now go... Maybe I'll go 5 into Shira, 7 at lead. Is it into Doffy or is it into... I think it's into Doffy, not into Monet. Because Monet is just gonna get frozen anyways. I'll block immediately, I think. He's probably gonna play another 8-drop. Freeze both of my big guys. He freezes the Virgo. I don't think he needs to freeze the Virgo. The Virgo is not gonna swing into this anyways because of the on KO. Like, surely it's better to just freeze the 2 big ones. We desperately kind of need an event though. I think I'm gonna take this one. There's an event. Let's go 9 lead. I think I definitely should. I think I should play another character down though, just so that he has to deal with them. Swing 7s then, even though that's probably just gonna get ground deft on both of them. Could swing 9. Yeah, let's swing 9. Play Monet, restand 3. Another ground def. Plus 1k. Restand 3. We have Hell's Judgment. Which... do we use it? I mean, if he plays another freeze croc, protecting this with everything I have is quite nice. So you know what? I think I will do that. I'll at least protect one of them. Then I'll take Missile Sunday. Okay. The Bayback can rest though. Grabs a 2k. Plays this Hina. You can't. Off Mr. 2. Can you play? You have to play Baroque Works, no? Yeah. Then I have no idea why this Hina is in there. Like, if you could play this Hina out with Bonclay, I could see it. But like this. Okay, I think we're just gonna go for it. I mean, we could freeze like these 3. But then he could potentially go for it on my turn. He's used 2 ground devs. I mean, he could definitely have 2 more, but if I freeze these with these 2, it's enough because we don't have events in hand. So I think it has to be this. Trying to go for lethal. If he has 2 ground devs in hand, I'm probably losing. But that would also be kind of lucky. I can go 799. Ooh, we have it. GG's. Sugar was ace. This matchup is hard. But we'll try our best. Virgo is not bad. We don't really have... Like, this hand is not terrible. We have Sugar. We have Monet to ramp on 6. I don't feel... I think we need something that's more nuts in this matchup. This is not really it, though. Alright, let's see how it goes. He gets an Iron Whitebeard. We sadly have nothing. Hopefully he doesn't swing at us because he wants for us to not to ramp. He shouldn't swing at us. Is he gonna do it? Why? Why are you doing it? I don't have an event. It's so sad. Otherwise it'd get immediately punished. Let's just go 9 at face, I guess. Oh, our hand is miserable. Could get puddinged. I mean, Now later on in the game, the hand gets better and better. But for now, it's pretty miserable. Let's give it 2k, 1k. Play Virgo next turn. So that it can't get Josu'd. Okay, they play Cavendish. I've seen people starting to play this Cavendish, and I don't really know why. Like, I get that it's value, but is it like being played for anything, for any specific matchup or some specific reason? Maybe so that you have more options to go wide, because so many decks are now able to deal with you going tall. Maybe that's the idea. But then like something like Mihawk, etc. can deal with people going wide as well. So maybe it's just a matchup reliant thing that depending on who you play against, you play Cavendish. Maybe it's the contest Boa. I've never been a fan of this card in Ace though. Okay, Yamato is pretty nice. We don't have Done Up and we don't have events in hand. We are probably going down to 1. And then we're gonna be depressed. That's what I assume is gonna happen. Why can't I have pudding? Please. Ditch the Josu. Okay, that's not bad. And get your ramp. Nearly whiffed there. And we have to take that one too. If I could be on 10 already, I'd be happy, but sadly we aren't. Let's go 10 drop, 8 drop into, I think it has to be Rosie though. But do I use the on play? Kind of want to have these. I think I don't use the on play. Let's go 7 here, reduce. And then pass, because I want to be able to have 4 done up. Oh wait. Ah, damn it. I always do this mistake on Sugar at the moment. I could have swung 6 because the -1 and using the event restands me another event so that I can use the second one. That was silly. I could have gone 6 lead. Well, if I lose by 1k for whatever reason, I know where I lost the game. I doubt that's gonna be the issue though. We just don't have any way to deal with Newgate. Like, our best chance is to ramp and get 10 drop shanks down, but the problem is they kind of ramp better because they can play this down on 8, which is the stupid thing. Ramp with this, use effect, go up to 9, and if I use it again I can't play 10 drop. But do I even want to play 10 drop? I don't think I do. Search for Sugar. Igloo is not bad. Do I reduce the Newgate down to 10 or do I? No, I think I'll just reduce the Yam. Let's go. He has 12 cards in hand. It's so much to deal with. Sometimes it's difficult in these games to not sound like a whiny little shit. But it's just so obvious that we can't really win. Like, at least I don't think we can. And then I'll go... Is there any point in playing anything out? I'll go 8 here. If he blocks, I'll like jam 10, I guess. If he doesn't block, I'll play Monet. Okay, blocks. Is jamming 10 even correct? I mean, I can play Monet and restand 1 active. I think that's still better. I mean, we're dead. We're dead on board. If he just swings 12, 16, I'm dead. I guess 1260 not necessarily, because I get to counter out of it with this. But if he then would put 5 underneath EZO, I'm still dead. Maybe once we have the red 3-cost sugar where we can like accelerate early game into one of these 6Ks, the matchup gets better. But at the moment it feels miserable. Watch me. I can counter this. Oh damn, I should not have ramp with Doffy because I could have gotten a second active done. Potentially my last live is an event. I think if I was him I would have gotten 7 lead and then seen if I could have attached to EZO. Just swing 9. Yep, I'll have to take it. I'm just gonna play a Marco. Yeah, makes sense. Let's go searching. We can't win. Because, I mean, best play I have is basically freeze both of these. Let's see what we find. Let's go 8 leads. With 11 in hand, you think we can go for game? I don't even think obviously our early game hand wasn't the best, but apart from that, I felt like our hand was pretty nice. Like, the moment we got to 5 down, we had pretty good plays every single turn. Okay, he's waiting too much on this swing. I'm just gonna concede because we're not winning. I don't want to waste time. GG's. Alright, let's go with some final thoughts. I think this deck has definitely improved thanks to the new OP14 cards. Like, what's so nice about the deck now is that you actually have so many 5-drops to choose from, which help your consistency of your 8-cost Doffy a lot. Like, you have the Rosie, obviously, but now you, instead of having to simply rely on Senior Pink, and I was experimenting in some games with having only 1 copy of Senior Pink in it, and I don't think it's necessarily bad. He just, again, has the issue that he's a brick. But you have all these other 5-drops now. You have Virgo to play with, you have Monet to play with, you have the blocker Doffy. Once EBO3 comes out, you're going to have the other blocker Monet. You can play the 2K Monet. You could even play this 2K as a 5-drop if you find value in it. So I think this deck has gotten some nice quality of life changes. Furthermore, the new Doffy specific events, Don Quixote Pirate specific events, have made this deck more consistent and more reliable too, because you now actually have a very good Don Quixote event that you want to search into. Apart from Igloo. And you have more of the 1-cost events that you can play. You even have the option to potentially play Pentachromatic String, which I've also done. I mean, you've seen in the footage probably that I've experimented with a lot of different things, which can help you in a pinch to ramp if your opponent like decides not to swing at you early game, but then you still get to double ramp later because they have to swing at you at some point. This Pika, I also forgot about the 5-drops, is also not a bad option. I'm currently just not finding space for him, but he's basically, in the early game he's a better Rosie, but in the late game he's a worse Rosie. And then obviously this 10-drop is basically more made for this deck than it is for the purple Doffy deck, in my opinion, because you can chain these very easily. Like, you don't even need to have the 8-drop out in order to chain this 10-drop Doffy because of your leader ability. I think the deck struggles a lot against the other decks that go tall. I think it struggles mainly into Ace. I also assume this deck would still struggle into Emu, which nobody at the moment on the sim rank plays Emu. Nobody wants to touch that deck anymore because the new decks are more fun and out. So it's difficult to find games into them. But I assume that matchup is still bad for you. Maybe this Virgo is enough to carry you through it. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, more I think about it, it's probably fine. because Virgo and this 10 drop, like similar to how purple doffy is good against it, but he does have the option to starve you, which does hurt you by you not being able to ramp. I don't know. The point is, I don't know. I haven't tested it. I definitely don't think the deck is going to be a meta contender or anything. I don't think it's going to be very strong. I just think the deck is rogue playable at the moment, and I would leave it at that. And maybe once EP03 comes out, it can potentially push into meta relevance, but I'll have to wait and see on that. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please let me know. And apart from that, have a good rest of your day.